आपकी इच्छा और हमारे लिए आदेश। तो कैसे हैं आप लोग? आज की ये वीडियो अब तक की मोस्ट इंस्पायरिंग सक्सेस स्टोरी है। ये रियल लाइफ स्टोरी एक लड़की की है जो 20 साल से एक रूम में लॉक्ड थी, जो अपनी मर्जी से अपने पसंद का खाना तक नहीं खा सकती थी, एक रूम से बाहर तक नहीं निकल सकती थी। अगर वो स्कूल कॉलेज भी जाती थी तो विद गार्ड्स। यहाँ से निकलना, कार में बैठना और सीधा कॉलेज जाना, कॉलेज से फिर कार में बैठना और सीधा घर आना, एंड अगेन रूम में लॉक्ड हो जाना। इनफैक्ट इनको ये भी नहीं पता था कि इनके घर के बाहर की स्ट्रीट है कैसी। कभी घर से बाहर नहीं गई। बेसिकली इनके रिलेटिव्स तक नहीं जानते थे कि ये एग्जिस्ट भी करती हैं। इनके पेरेंट्स बहुत ज़्यादा प्रोटेक्टिव थे एंड एज़ वो एंटरप्रेन्योर हैं तो अपने वो वर्क पे ज़्यादा फोकस रखते थे। अगर बिज़नेस में कुछ होता था, उनका मूड ख़राब होता था तो ये मार खाती थी। अगर इन्होंने कुछ गलती की तो ये मार खाती थी। इनको कोई फ्रीडम नहीं थी, कुछ नहीं कर सकती थी। सिर्फ एक मोबाइल फ़ोन ही इनके पास था, बस। एक्चुअली कॉन्फिडेंशियलिटी की वजह से हम ज़्यादा इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं शेयर कर पा रहे हैं। बेसिकली अगर इन शॉर्ट बताएं तो बहुत ही वर्स्ट कंडीशन थी, बहुत ही वर्स्ट कंडीशन। लिटरली ये अपने फ़ोन पे किसी से बात भी नहीं कर पाती थी। बिफोर स्टार्टिंग द सक्सेस स्टोरी, हम आपको ये चीज़ बता देना चाहते हैं कि ये सक्सेस स्टोरी इंग्लिश में है, तो बहुत पेशेंस के साथ सुनना, बिकॉज ये बहुत इंस्पायरिंग सक्सेस स्टोरी है और बहुत मोटिवेशनल सक्सेस स्टोरी है।
Hello, this is a success story that I wanted to share, and it is like a rundown through most of the things that I manifested. So, we had multiple call sessions because I would end up being in a very bad mental state, and I would not be able to focus or persist, and I would end up calling you and start crying. So, pretty much happened for a while until you're like, why don't you do morning meditation? And also, why don't you script and affirm throughout the day? So, what happened is, I started, no, I not only did morning meditation, but I also did it at night. So, 1 hour in the morning, 30 minutes at night. And the affirmations that I repeated was, I am the only soul creator. Everything I want, I get no matter what. I manifest what I want instantly. And to start off with small success stories, I've obviously, manifested people texting me. I've manifested old friends reaching out to me. I've manifested, new things for myself, like all the things that I don't have resistance to. But when it comes to something that I consider a little big, then I manifested a change in my parents, like the way they behave with me, the way they used to be, every single thing. I manifested a change within them. So, my life is pretty much like, I have powerful parents, okay? They are super rich, they're super famous, and they're not famous, but they're like usually in contact with famous people, and they're very powerful. So, my dad is an entrepreneur, so is my mom, and these people deal with other dangerous people. So, I am the kind of a daughter where I don't know if it was to protect me or I don't know why, but things with me was very different. They wouldn't let me go out. I would always be stuck in a room, and I would be punished if they had a bad day. So it was a lot of abuse, a lot of both mentally and physically, a lot of torture, and then I'm pretty, okay? I give the props to myself. I am actually very pretty. And these people only wanted me to be the decoration doll every time they go out. Like the Barbie doll who like gets dressed up and stands with them and just be introduced to everyone. So this would bother me a lot because it felt like I did not have an identity of my own and that my parents are completely controlling me. So fast forward to several days, I started affirming that me and my parents have good relationship. They treat me like their daughter. Yes, because they never treated me like their daughter. They only treated me like that doll that you can show off. So when I started affirming, this was after our first call session, way before this, but I never really saw changes because I wasn't, but because I was like hyper focused on all the bad things that were happening instead of the good ones. So what happened is I stopped focusing on the bad things, especially after our last call session, the emergency call session, and you were like, no matter who says what, no matter who yells at you, no matter who does anything, don't put it to mind. Just continue your game. That's exactly what I did. So I kept scripting, I kept doing my meditation and affirming throughout the day. So my parents, my mom, surprisingly, out of all people, she came and she told me that she loves me and that she wishes to fix things with me. Initially, I felt disgusted. She tried to come and hug me, but I did not want her to hug me, and I did not want anybody, like either of my parents, to get close to me. I'm trying to like ease up to it, but it is what it is, like 20 years of torture, like it won't just vanish at once. So that's what happened. And my mom had never really told me that she loves me. Never in my life before had she told me that she loves me. Hugging is a far thing. They would only do that only to, eyewash people. So a genuine hug was something I got for the first time in my life, but I pushed her away. That's a different thing. And my dad bought me chocolates and he got me gifts. Like, he got me my new iPhone. And then, he got me all of my favorite sweets and all of this stuff because I'm not really allowed to have these. And I can only have these in those bougie parties that we go to. And he bought those for me, and he has never done this before. He has never done this before because all I remember is go to the party, come back, and just completely forget about anything. You won't get anything. And let me tell you, after 20, even though I'm like 20 years, I had never had ice cream. And I always wanted to have it because my friends would have it, everybody would have it, and I always wanted to have ice cream. But I was not allowed to go out of my room. First of all, I was not about to go out of my house. It was a a great blockage. And all of the stuff. So I started affirming that I am free and stable. So that was my affirmation. I'm free and stable. I'm allowed to do anything that I want to. My life runs on my own rule. So I affirmed it for like 3 hours. And guess what? My mom randomly was like, would you want to go out and explore? Then you can take the dog out for walking. Okay, but usually when I go out, I have to take my guards with me. I cannot go on my own. I cannot do things on my own. But this time, my mom never mentioned about taking either the assistant or the guard with me. So I just went out with the dog. We went walking. I took my favorite ice cream that my mom paid for. Like, my own mother, who would never let me eat all of this, paid for the ice cream. She's like, it's okay, you can take any flavor that you want, I can pay for you. That is not even my mom. I cannot even recognize that is my mom. So for the first time in my life, I ate ice cream, and that day I was so happy. I was filled, tears of joy was just filled. And then I sent you a voice note that same night. And then I came back home only to find that my dad was planning to take us all outside. So the next day, we went out, we went to a resort, we had fun, we came back. But then remember I told you that I did not feel like I wanted to be with my SP anymore. So I started to have mental arguments with him. I don't even know why. He's such a great person, he's an amazing sweetheart, but then I would only look towards the negative side of it, but I would completely forget that this beautiful of a human was the only one that was there for me when I had no one, when I didn't even have you that time. So I don't want to let him go. I really really loved him, and I loved him, and I love him more that I found out how much important he is for me. So what happened is, we were great. We were doing great. He was obsessed with me, and I mean not just any obsession to the point where this guy was ready to go against anyone and anything for me. He was like, if you don't want to live at your house, you can come over to my place. My whole family knows about you, and you can over to my place. So that was so sweet, and I ended up fighting with him, and I ended up telling him actually something very, very, very offensive and anybody for that matter would have gotten hurt. This guy said, I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to see your face. I never thought you could tell me something like this. I thought I loved you sincerely, and I thought you did the same for me too. But it turns out he didn't. So he ended up, he told me clearly that if you call me again, I'm going to block you everywhere. But just few days of affirming, like probably 1.5 or 2 days maximum, because because of my meditation states that I manifest what I want instantly. This guy came back apologizing, because I was like, oh, you want to block me? No, I'm gonna block you everywhere. I blocked him everywhere, and he ended up sending me an email apologizing for being very rude, even though it was my fault, but he apologized. And then we started talking again, and we are back to normal. Like yesterday we bunked college, and then we were roaming around in his car. It was really cute. I never get to do that. I never get to bunk and go anywhere, because I usually have some or the other tracker on me, but now I don't. And ever since the last time I cried and texted you saying I have suicidal thoughts, and you were like, stay consistent, don't give up. The next day everything changed. Every single thing changed. I can't even recognize my parents. I don't even know who these people are. So I have not been locked up in my room since then. I can close my door anytime I want. I can keep it open anytime I want, as long as I want. If I don't want to go out, I won't go out. If I want to go out, I go out. That's how much freedom I have now. I don't have to think about anything. I don't have to seek permission. I don't have to do anything. If I want to go out and sit in the hall, I can walk out and sit in the hall. I am not a toy to sit in the room like I used to, like I used to. And it's very liberating actually, because not for once in my whole existence, I not for once did I think that I will be able to experience such a bliss in my life. This is so crazy, because being seated in this room where I have terrible memories, where I was beaten, where I was abused, where I was locked up like a dog, I am now able to keep the door open, and the same room that felt like jail is very liberating and freeing. I would never want to come back home before. And now I want to come back home, and when I come back home, I rest, because my parents are not being troublesome. I am not. I'm like allowed to spend my time with anyone I want. I can be on calls, I can do anything, and no one is going to ask me, no one is going to bother me for anything. So that has changed, and I have not been locked up. I got my SP back, and even though, see, like I started having mental arguments with him, and I had an argument with him in the 3D, and then I started changing the story, and then everything else changed. So that's when I understood that manifestation is not a process, but it is a lifestyle. Like anything you want, you get, as long as you state that you get what you want. And a very huge success story that I would like to share is my grandma's recovery. My grandma was admitted in the hospital for probably 3 months now, and everything with her health was going really bad. Everything with her health was going very bad. So what happened was, I started affirming for that her health is great, everything with her is amazing, and her heartbeat has come back to normal. She is currently 67 years old, and we did not want to lose her. And being in hospital for 3 months is going to bring down the mental health of literally any person. So I started affirming, and within, I guess, 2 weeks, she was discharged. Even now, it's like at home there are regular doctor visits and stuff, but then she is at home with us, and she is happy. Like we've seen her smile for like after so long. We've seen she was always in pain, but now we see her smile and she's happy. So there are all of these small success stories, like I want someone to call, they call instantly, especially SP. I want him to call, he calls instantly. Like my best friend and I, we had a fight, it got resolved, and I revised the fight actually. She doesn't even remember it happened. I wanted a new iPhone. My dad surprisingly got that iPhone, and my dad does not give me things like that because he thinks he's gonna spoil his kid by doing it. But either way, and my parents' behavior has changed. My health has improved. My parents' health has improved. Financial status has improved, and obviously my standard of living is improved. I am more free. I get to do what I want to do, and very soon I'm going to study abroad. Very soon I'm going to travel. Very soon I'm going to do everything I want to do because that's how life is meant to be, and that's what I want. So that's what I'm going to get because, according to me, anything you affirm should come true. So if I affirm that I always get what I want, I will get what I want regardless.
सो इस सक्सेस स्टोरी की हम खास बात बता देते हैं। जो हमारे मल्टीपल सेशंस हुए थे, उन मल्टीपल सेशंस में इस टॉपिक पे बात नहीं हुई थी। ये टॉपिक पे बात सबसे लास्ट में हुई थी। ये जो लास्ट सेशन हुआ था, इसमें इन्होंने बताया था कि इनकी ऐसी कंडीशन है, एंड लास्ट सेशन के बाद इनकी लाइफ में ये चेंजेस आए। क्योंकि मुझे लास्ट में पता चला था इनके साथ क्या क्या हुआ है। इन्होंने सारी चीज़ें कॉन्फिडेंशियल रखी थी हर किसी के साथ, आज तक कभी नहीं बताया था। एक्चुअली मैं ये बता भी नहीं सकती थी क्योंकि इनके कांटेक्ट में कोई था नहीं। एक्चुअली में हमें कुछ पता ही नहीं था इस चीज़ के बारे में। हमारे मल्टीपल सेशंस जो हुए थे वो इस टॉपिक पे हुए ही नहीं थे। और उस टॉपिक के पीछे की मेन प्रॉब्लम ये थी। जब इन्होंने मेन प्रॉब्लम हमें बताई, ये रोने लगी। पूरी सिचुएशंस आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल थी इनके। तब हमने इनको समझाया कि आप अपना परसेप्शन चेंज करो, पेरेंट्स से रिलेटेड, अपने सराउंडिंग से रिलेटेड, अपनी एक नई स्टोरी लिखो, एंड टोटली आप 3D एंड पास्ट से डिस्कनेक्टेड हो जाओ। बिकॉज जो आप सोचोगे वो क्रिएट होता जाएगा। इसलिए पास्ट और 3D के बारे में सोचना बंद कर दो, उससे टोटली डिस्कनेक्ट हो जाओ, नहीं तो वही लूप में फिर से क्रिएट हो जाएगा। उसके बाद विद इन 2 और 3 डेज़ के अंदर इन्होंने पहली सक्सेस स्टोरी मुझे ये भेजी।
Hello, hello, hello. I am so happy and I want to share my little success story with you. So, remember how I told you I'm always locked up? I don't I don't get to go out and then do what I want. Guess what? For the first time in my life, I have come out alone. No guards, no dad, no mom, nothing. I have come out and I am having my favorite ice cream. Actually, I don't know. I never knew what ice cream tasted like, and I would always imagine because I was never allowed to have ice cream. I am eating ice cream right now, and I am out right now. I am not locked up in my room. Like, I'm literally outside, and I'm alone. Like, they let me come out alone. Can you believe this? All I did was just script about it. First thing. Second thing, when it comes to my SP, I decided that I don't really want him, and today I told him that I don't really want him. But because I had once affirmed that there is no way on earth that he's ever going to be with anyone other than me, probably that affirmation is still strong, but I know I can get rid of him sooner or later. Either way, I'm right now here all alone on a street where I can literally walk with no one, and I'm having ice cream for the first time in my life, and it is so much better than what I imagined it to be, and I'm so
सो दिस वॉज हर फर्स्ट सक्सेस स्टोरी। एंड उसके बाद इन्होंने मुझसे कहा कि मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा सुसाइडल थॉट्स आ रहे हैं, एंड शी सेड मैं सुबह तक सुसाइड कर लूँगी। सो हमारे बीच में जब बात हुई थी तो हमने एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट किया था कि ये करना है। सो मैंने इनको यही चीज़ याद दिलाई, दैट यू हैव टू डू दिस। देन आफ्टर 3 days,
Hello, I wanted to share my success story with you. Remember how I told my SP was like very distant, and then we had a very huge fight where I told him something really offensive, and then I really hurt him like really bad, and he asked me never to show my face and never to call him again, and then he's like, if you call me again, I'm gonna block you everywhere. So I was like kind of tripping. I texted you. I was like, what the hell is happening? And then you're like, all you have to do is stay consistent. And that's what I did. So what happened was that day we fought, and that same day I started affirming that my exact affirmations were, he's miserable without me, he cannot live without me, he's crying on his knees begging to be my boyfriend because we had broken up. So I scripted the scene on how he's going to like beg and all of that stuff, and I did everything in the book. Like I visualized, I scripted, I affirmed, I did everything like for what, for 2 3 days, that's all. Oh my god. So what happened was, anything that I scripted happened. Like I don't want to get into the details because it is super personal, but then anything that I scripted happened because I scripted from the way he's gonna come to my house, the way he's gonna talk to my parents, and everything. And every single thing happened. Every single thing, like everything that I scripted happened. And I was so shocked because it happened on the same day that I scripted. Actually, I scripted that it will happen in the morning, but it happened in the evening, which is fine. Which is fine. It's okay. It doesn't matter. But it just happened on the same day, and I'm like so happy. And so I got it back. The same guy who said he didn't want to see my face, he didn't want to talk to me, ended up coming and begging for me, like literally at home to my house. And so what I did was I scripted first, and then I started robotically affirming like day and night, and then I would visualize here and there. So I started affirming, and first day there was nothing. Second day, I kept checking social media. So I was like, you know what? You said you're gonna block me, but no, my ego is too big for it. So I blocked him everywhere. I blocked him on Snap, I blocked him on Insta, I blocked him on his callers, I blocked him on WhatsApp, everything. So there was no way he could reach me. This dude ended up sending an email. If you want, I can like put the screenshot of the email, but then he ended up sending me an email, and then he came. My parents are really strict. Like I told you how my parents are, and this dude ended up convincing my parents. Like, can you believe that? He ended up convincing. I am so happy this happened, and he, oh god, and then I was so happy. He ended up convincing my parents, and now we are back together. Like everything that I wanted just happened, and I always get what I want. This is crazy. Oh my god, this is so crazy. All I do is affirm, and then I script, and then I visualize. I did everything in the book. I got what I wanted, and my parents' behavior has obviously changed. They are strict, but it has changed a lot, like to a great extent. I am able to go out on my own. I'm able to commute through bus. I'm able to do anything that I want, and I am not being restricted. I am not being punished for them having a bad day. I am, ever since that last time I cried and texted you, that was the last time. I was never locked in the room. Never. Like even now, my room is not locked. My door is open, and I can like walk out anytime. I can literally walk out anytime. And they gave me my car keys, they gave me my room keys, they gave me all the keys to my drawers and my wardrobe and everything. Now I'm allowed to wear anything that I want. I'm allowed to eat anything that I want. And you won't believe, not in my whole entire existence had I thought this could happen. Not in my whole entire existence I thought this could happen. But for some reason, it just feels so normal to me. It just feels like, oh, this is something that could actually happen. Because I saturated my mind so much with this, especially the meditation in the morning, that it is crazy. You know, if this didn't happen, I wouldn't even believe it because it just feels it feels so normal that okay, this was how my life was supposed to be, and this is how it is supposed to happen because of my saturation sessions. I absolutely love this. For me, thank you so much. It's all because of you. You are the best coach to have ever existed. Thank you.
थैंक यू सो मच फॉर शेयरिंग योर दिस इंस्पायरिंग सक्सेस स्टोरी। सो पहली सक्सेस स्टोरी जो आई थी वो भी 3 दिन के अंदर आई थी इनकी, एंड जो दूसरी सक्सेस स्टोरी आई वो भी 3 दिन के अंदर ही आई। मीन्स ओनली 6 डेज के अंदर इन्होंने मल्टीपल चीज़ें मैनिफेस्ट कर डाली। इन्होंने स्क्रिप्टिंग में जो जो लिखा एग्जैक्टली सेम मैनिफेस्ट हुआ। फर्स्ट, आइसक्रीम इन्होंने कभी नहीं खाई थी। 20 साल में पहली बार ये घर से बाहर गई, स्ट्रीट पे विद नो गार्ड्स, इन्होंने अपनी फेवरेट आइसक्रीम खाई, वो भी इनकी मदर ने इनको मनी दिया, फर्स्ट टाइम इन द हिस्ट्री। सेकंड, इनके एसपी, इन्होंने क्रंच टाइम में सेम डे ही मैनिफेस्ट कर लिया अपने एसपी को। एंड एग्जैक्टली इन्होंने जो जो लिखा एग्जैक्टली सेम हुआ है, एग्जैक्टली सेम। इनके फादर मार सकते थे इन्हें, बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट थे, मारते भी थे, बट मारा नहीं इनको, ना कि इनके एसपी को मारा। उल्टा इनको इनकी कार की कीज़ दी, रॉस की कीज़ दी, रूम की कीज़ दी। आज इनके पास सारी फ्रीडम है, आज ये कहीं भी जा सकती हैं, कैसे भी घूम सकती हैं। विद इन 6 डेज़ जो 20 साल से नहीं मिला उसे एक झटके में पूरी दुनिया पा ली इन्होंने, जस्ट फ्रॉम स्क्रिप्टिंग, अफर्मेशन एंड विजुअलाइजेशन। और ये हुआ कैसे, ये हम बताते हैं। जब आप अपने पास्ट, प्रेजेंट, फ्यूचर के जो थॉट्स हैं, जो वेवरिंग्स हैं, जो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स हैं, उनको ब्लॉक कर देते हो, उनको नहीं सोचते हो, मीन्स ज़ीरो क्वेश्चंस जोन। मीन्स कब होगा, कैसे होगा, पास्ट में आपके साथ क्या हुआ, कौन क्या कहता है, ये जो भी क्वेश्चंस हैं आप इन्हें ब्लॉक कर देते हो। ज़ीरो क्वेश्चंस जोन, कोई क्वेश्चनिंग नहीं। ओनली आप क्या करते हो, आँख खुलने से आँख बंद होने तक, मीन्स सोने तक, आप सिर्फ अपने अजम्पशन में रहने की कोशिश करते हो। मीन्स सिर्फ एक सिनेरियो को बार बार रिपीट करते हो, सिर्फ एक थॉट को बार बार रिपीट करते हो। मीन्स एक थॉट हो या एक सिनेरियो हो, सिनेरियो मीन्स जो आपने विजुअलाइजेशन किया है या आपने स्क्रिप्ट किया है, वो पूरा होल सिनेरियो का आप एक थॉट लेते हो, ना कि ये हो गया है, उसको रिपीट करते हो। सो आप उस वर्जन को 80 to 90% एम्बॉडी कर लेते हो एंड आप उस रियलिटी में जंप कर जाते हो। एंड नाउ शी गॉट फ्रीडम। अब उसके पेरेंट्स भी उसे बहुत ज़्यादा प्यार करते हैं, टाइम देते हैं, जैसे वो चाहे वैसे रह सकती है, जहाँ वो चाहे वहाँ जा सकती है, वो एंजॉय कर सकती है अपनी लाइफ को। अब उससे कंप्लीट फ्रीडम है। एंड उनके एसपी ने उन्हें एक नोट लिख के भेजा था। वो नोट में ये लिखा था, वो इंग्लिश में लिखा हुआ है, हम उसे शॉर्ट में हिंदी में एक्सप्लेन करते हैं। उसमें लिखा हुआ है, जब हम सुबह उठते हैं और रात के सोने तक हम सिर्फ आपसे बात करना चाहते हैं, हम अपने सारे सीक्रेट सिर्फ आपके साथ रिवील करते हैं। हमारे साथ कुछ अच्छा होता है तो आपको बताना चाहते हैं, बुरा होता है तो आपको बताना चाहते हैं। यू आर लकीस्ट पर्सन फॉर मी। आप मेरी फ्रेंड हो, आप मेरी लवर हो, आप ही मेरे लिए सब कुछ हो। एक्चुअली में ये थोड़ा बड़ा है तो हमने इसे हिंदी में शॉर्ट में एक्सप्लेन कर दिया। सो हम आपसे कहते हैं कि आप इस वीडियो को, इस सक्सेस स्टोरी को रिपीटिशन में देखें तो आपको और ज़्यादा क्लियरिटी मिलेगी। इस सक्सेस स्टोरी से और ज़्यादा आपको इंस्पिरेशन मिलेगी, और ज़्यादा मोटिवेशन मिलेगा। सो आई होप आप सब इस वीडियो को समझ चुके होंगे। थैंक यू मुझे इतना ज़्यादा प्यार देने के लिए। आई लव यू ऑल। I know you people love me from bottom of your heart.